Bangkok. So I think if you're new to Bangkok and you're looking to get from one place to the other, you've probably made the same mistake that I made my first days here. I took a taxi. Taking a taxi in Bangkok is a losing battle, just with the sheer volume of traffic. Maybe, just maybe if you're lucky, off peak, you might get moving, and you might get moving consistently, and you'll get from A to B in the time frame that you're hoping to do that. But the chances are you will get stuck in traffic. And I've been there, I've done that, got the t-shirt and all that jazz, although I do hate that expression. I don't know why I said it, but it's unavoidable. You will get stuck in traffic. The t-shirt, you can avoid that, please do so. Anyway, a taxi in Bangkok is not the best way to get around. It will cost you in time, not so much in money, because it's okay for price. Compared to where I was in Beijing, it is a little bit more expensive, but a lot cheaper here than obviously in the West.
Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
You could walk, of course, and I've done that. I have walked while the weather is a little bit like this, where it's manageable. The heat isn't so bad, but that's not very often. I have walked, you'll see that now, walked and walked. And while I've walked, I've melted and melted. Thailand people have been telling me since I've been here that there are 3 seasons, hot, hotter and hottest, which always makes me laugh. Everyone seems to be telling me the same thing. But don't get me wrong, I do love walking a city, and it is always worthwhile doing so. When you walk, you see things that you would miss if you were on a bus or on a taxi or something, or even a taxi bike, which I might come back to. So walking is good, but there is a price to pay. And that price is you will turn up wherever you want to be, hot and sweaty, and looking like a bit of a sweaty mess, which is not a good look, trust me, not a good look for me, certainly. That other option, as I mentioned, is to jump on the back of a bike taxi. That is always an option, and I'm going to work up to that, but that is a whole new video, different video from this one. There's obviously buses to take, and that will also be another video, and I'm looking forward to exploring that. It's always good to learn how more of the local people get around and find out about local options of getting around town. And with that in mind, let me tell you about the BTS, and more specifically, how I get around now using the Bangkok Skytrain. So the Bangkok Skytrain is very easy to use. You basically go to the ticket screen and you pick the station that you want to get to. Make sure you select your language so you don't get that part wrong and you end up somewhere where you don't want to be. For me, it's obviously English or Scottish, but I didn't have that, so I chose English. The machine will give you the price you pay using coins. So on this occasion, it is, I think the example here is 47 baht, which is about 20 pence or so, or if you're American, 27 cents. So it's very, very cheap. I'm traveling about 12 stations on this occasion, and for that amount of money to travel 12 stations, I know that that is much cheaper than any subway or metro system in the West. That is for sure. If you don't have coins, you can go to the ticket window and get your ticket and pay with notes. Some machines, they will take notes, so choose wisely, my friend. And also some machines will take other payment types like card, scan, QR codes, other electronic payments. I've also seen a sign saying Alipay, but I haven't tried that yet. So you can pay if you're from China using Alipay. Shop around the ticket machines. From that, in this example, you'll get a single trip ticket to that station that you've paid for. There are two other options, a day pass, which is about 150 baht, which is an all day pass for the same calendar day, roughly about £3.45 or $4.40. The other option, the pass called the Rabbit Pass, where you just top up and pay as you go, does cost you about 100 baht for the card, and you do need your passport. That 100 baht is roughly about 230 or just over, or roughly about $3, I think. Once you get that card, you go to the machine, either your day trip card or whatever, single trip card or your Rabbit card. You tap the machine with your ticket and you start your journey. Then at the other end of your journey, you feed that into the slot. If it's a single trip ticket and then it swallows it, takes that card. Or if it's a day pass or a Rabbit card, then keep it. And then you just keep tapping as you use it. The day pass will obviously not work the next day. It's for a calendar day. So to be honest, the Skytrain is like any other train or metro system you've likely used. Easy peasy. Navigating the Skytrain is very straightforward. There's just basically two lines with one interchange at Siam. There are other metro lines coming off from the Skytrain if you do want to go to a more off-centre part of the city. But on the whole, as a tourist, the Skytrain will get you to all the main spots of the city, and it'll be a good idea to get close to where you want to be and then maybe jump a taxi. Couple of things though, there is a strong etiquette on the trains. You stand to the side in an orderly queue and let people off before you continue your boarding onto the carriage. If you're on the train and it is busy and it comes to your stop, you might need to step off and let people behind you off the train, and then you step back onto the carriage. The trains are just not squeezed tight during rush hour as I was expecting. They're not like, say, London or Japan or China during the rush hour period. There seems to be more respect given to personal space. The Skytrain is a great thing. It's raised, so this gives you a really nice view of the city as you ride along. And the trains are well marked inside to alert you to the next station by LCD screens or whatever. And obviously there's announcements in Thai and also in English to keep you clear on what station you're approaching and you don't get confused. I did find the markings for the exit a bit confusing though. Maybe that's just me. Sometimes the signs directed you one way and then all of a sudden no more signage to confirm you're going in the correct direction. Well, one other thing, you may also find yourself walking up and down a lot of stairs. That can be heavy going, especially in the heat, but it's best to avoid, in my opinion, avoid the elevator, as that can be a bit of a heat box and very uncomfortable, even if you're just going up and down a short period of time. There are escalators, so look for them where you can. The carriages on the Skytrain are air conditioned. Lovely, but if you are overheating when you're walking around the station, you can wander in and through many of the malls that are everywhere in Bangkok, and you can binge out on their air conditioning, as I do on a daily basis. There's coffee shop stalls serving food along with chemists and so on dotted around the Skytrain walking platforms. I did notice though that when I went out through the barriers to exit and I needed to go back, there was no way to go back instead of going down and back. So I realised I had to go back through the station and out the other exit, and it charged me a very small fee for that, I think about 10 baht. Quite surprised at that. I was using my Rabbit card. Oh, also the Rabbit card can be used to actually pay for goods in some of the shops and cafes, etc. Anyway, I think you've got the picture. If I've missed anything and you know different, then drop it in the comments box below. Take care of yourself, your family, your local community. This is Ian getting to grips here in Bangkok. Peace out, take care. Oh, there's another way you can get around by boat. After all, there are other ways to get around in Bangkok. This is an alternative on the boat. However, obviously it's only reliant on the river. So right now I'm heading back to the BTS station. I'll jump on the BTS and get back to where I'm going. But this is an alternative. Yeah, but obviously you need to be back near the river. So you can go in and out around the river using different boat taxis and so on. I'm still working all this out. While I work it all out, take care of yourself, your family and your community. This is Ian. Peace out. Ian in Bangkok.
find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this